a fitness coach for 9 years, and I typically work with people on change. So I work primarily with two groups of people. I work with my customers who want to improve their health and fitness, and then I work with my team of coaches who want to build a business around helping people with their health and fitness. Both of those things involve a lot of change. So when I look specifically at my client database and the people that I'm working with to help them get fit from their home, I would say typically 90% of the people that I work with want to lose weight. And with that comes a lot of change for them. And maybe you're wanting to improve a certain area of your life, but you know that you have to go through a phase of change. So when I look at the clients that I work with who come to me and they want to lose 30 pounds or 50 pounds, or they have some type of fitness goal, it requires change. Okay, what kind of change? Well, you have to change your nutrition first and foremost. You typically have to change what you're eating. You might have to change the amount of food that you're consuming and what you're consuming. You also have to change your habits, which means maybe that's less time on the couch and you have to start an exercise program. Or if your goal is to really start to build muscle mass to keep your body strong, then you have to change your routine by incorporating strength training or whatever it might be. It's going to involve some series of change. When I look with my team members who want to build a business, that's going to require a lot of change. It required a lot of change for me when I was building my business from home. The number one thing that I had to do, I'll tell you right now, is give up TV. And that was a huge change. I remember practically crying on Sunday nights because I committed to building my business and working on my business instead of watching Desperate Housewives. That was like my favorite show in the world. But I had to make that change if I wanted to get results. So no matter what area of your life you want to make a change, a lot of it has to do with your mindset. Because let's talk about the word change first. The word change has a very negative connotation with it, right? Like we always talk about how the world is changing and people are changing and the economy is changing and schools are changing, the industry is changing, everything's changing, and it scares us because we don't like change. But when you really think about it, it's not change that we don't like. It's the transition. And so if you are wanting to make a change in any area of your life, I don't want you to focus on the word change. I want you to focus on the word transition, because that's going to be the struggle part. We typically end up loving whatever the change produces, right? If we want to improve our fitness, or we want to improve our income, or we want to change our career path to do something that makes us happy, we want to improve our relationship. All of that requires change, but the end result is something that we want. So it's something that we learn to love. But the hard part is that transition in order to make that change to reach the goals. So let's see, I typed up my notes. I didn't want to forget anything. So it's really just the fact that we don't want to go through whatever it takes to make the change. And if you are going through some type of transition in your life right now, I don't want to use the word change anymore because you want the change, but the tough part is the transition. So if you're going through something right now, it's going to be maybe painful. It's going to be uncomfortable. Thank you, Paula. But you have to believe, hey, Shannon, you have to believe that it will ultimately lead you to a positive change in the future. And that's what you need to focus on. If there's something you want, you have to recognize the transition period. You have to acknowledge it, you have to appreciate it, and then you just have to let it go and go through that transition period of doing whatever it takes in order to make that change happen. But what often happens is we let that fear of the transition part kind of stop us in our tracks, and we quit before we even get started. So if you are going through some type of transition in your life because you want to make a change, I want you to really focus on staying positive through that transition so you can benefit from the change in the future. Let me say that again. Stay positive throughout the transition so that you can benefit from the change in the future. If you don't go through that transition period, you're never going to hit that point of change, right? So in order to get to change, you have to transition. So you need to focus on the transition portion and, trying to stay as positive as you can. Focus on what you can control during the transition in order to make that change happen. So again, if I'm going back to the fitness example, that let's say you're doing one of the programs that I have available, which is called 21 Day Fix. It's a 21-day program. You do workouts for 21 days and you use portion control containers for your nutrition plan for 21 days. You do a meal replacement for breakfast for 21 days. It takes 21 days to form a habit or break a habit. That 21 days is going to be your transition period, hopefully into leading a healthier lifestyle. You have to recognize and understand and prepare yourself that this isn't going to be easy. I'm not going to enjoy every second of this. There's going to be times of struggle. There's going to be times that I want to quit. But my light at the end of the tunnel, my change point will start to come in 21 days. So as long as you can keep your eyes set on the vision that you have for the change that you want in your life, it will help you get through that transition. So I want you to trust that no matter how much you dislike the transition that you're going through, it's going to lead to a positive change and great things for you in your future. So Paula, good for you on 50 pounds. That is amazing. So I hope that information helps, and I hope that you remember this conversation I'm having with you the next time you decide you want to make a change and you have to go through that transition, which is sometimes a struggle in order to get to that change. So if you know someone that might benefit from this video, you can tag them in the comments and they'll make sure to see it. And then of course, if I can help you individually with any goals that you have and making that transition, I am happy to do that. Just reach out and shoot me a message at any time. Okay, thanks for watching, you guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.